Welcome to Uncuffed Monday. Listen, due to the Cowboys losing this week, JD just couldn't shake off his terrible depression. Decided that life was too hard. He's no longer with us.
That's sad.
I'm just kidding. He did have a family emergency and he's not here. But today we've got a lot to cover on Uncuffed. All the society and culture news to kick off this week. One, we got Kunta's great grandfather. Was a Confederate soldier. Can't make it up. Levar Burton's 23andMe is out. We got Snoop Dogg, $100 million to show his thing. Does he take it? We'll find out later tonight. Also, Pauly Shore defends his role playing Richard Simmons in an upcoming film, even though Richard Simmons is not happy about it. Alec Baldwin in his new involuntary manslaughter indictment. Got to jump into that. And then Kanye West's wife is getting hot in the kitchen. I can't wait. All this and more on today's Failure to Stop Uncuffed Monday. Take it away, Josh.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on
This is
Sunday.
about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Well, guns up, giddy up, Wolfpack. It's Monday nights. You know what that means. It's all the society and culture news so that you don't sound like an idiot at the barbecue this weekend. You know, when you got that perp. Oh, I hate the word perp. No cop ever says it either. Perp. Yeah, like perpetrator.
Oh, I got you.
No cop has ever said that, but they say it on TV all the time. The perp. No, but if you got that suspect sitting on the side of the road, yeah, you could be in the know. You could give him a little talk. You know, while you're sitting there waiting for the detective to show up, you can be like, "Yo, did you hear about Snoop Dogg and his thing, or did you hear about Pauly Shore wanting to play, damn, Richard Simmons."
Yeah, Richard Simmons.
Did you ever watch Richard Simmons? You're growing up.
Yes, I did. I thought I was gonna lose some weight watching him. I didn't lose nothing. I didn't. He was all right. But
dude, was he gay?
I don't know. Nobody ever really said, but he had the tendencies.
I think it was definitely some. But you know what? LeVar Burton's got some tendencies. We're gonna be talking about him tonight too. Did he come out? Wait, Josh, will you look that up? Did LeVar Burton come out? He's got some real tendencies. And I want to get into it. I want to know. Listen, people always say, like, well, what do you need to know? Who cares if he's gay? Well, like, it's like when a chick's like in that in-betweener phase of pregnant. Do I really give a shit if she's pregnant or not? No, but I want to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, are you fat or are you pregnant? I just want to know.
Yeah, you gain a little weight there, and she's like, no.
It appears he is straight, married with 2 children, married since 1992.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. He's straight. He seemed a little light in the loafers though when he talks.
I know some people like loafers. I know some people they tend to marry and have kids so they look like they're not.
Oh, so
I've seen
what do they call that? They call that like a beard? No, what do they call that when somebody gets married to hide their gayness?
Is that an undercover brother? I mean, I think that's what it is. I think that's what they call it. They
call it an undercover. Maybe when they're black, it's an undercover brother. White people don't say that.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
White people say, I don't know what. Somebody in the chats help me out here. Speaking of the chats, we got a bunch of people in the chats. We've got John from we got Low Red, and we got Falconators in the live chats. That's cool, dude. It's always good to see you. David J. Some cat named Jackson Jensen says he's on the wrong feed. I don't know. Stick around, Mr. Jensen. Maybe you'll have a good time tonight.
Yes,
you never know.
Stick around.
Mer 530 says, "What's up? What is it when a dude is gay but he's married? I know there is a name for it, so if somebody has it in the live chats, hit us up. In the meantime, today's show is brought to you by ghostbed.com/wolfpack. Sleep so good it's scary. And listen, Ghostbed doesn't care if you're gay, straight, bi, or confused.
As long as you get your sleepy.
As long as you get your sleep in. Matter of fact, use the promo code Wolfpack and they're going to give you 50% off up through Valentine's Day right now. That's on that adjustable mattress with the zero gravity blasting up your back. I got to go down the Ghost Bed facility with Conservative Anthony, and We got to lay on these beds. We got to do the Serena Williams bed, custom Serena Williams bed. Got to lay on that and all the things. I'm pretty sure Serena Williams actually laid on that bed. I mean, I wouldn't have no way of knowing.
She approved it.
She approved it, but I'm going to say that she laid on it.
On that actual bed?
Yeah, I'm going to say that because I laid on it, and then that would be kind of like I laid on this on the same bed as Serena Williams. You know what I mean? Which is special,
Not
right?
at the same time, but yeah.
Not at the same time. I mean, God, you had to ruin it for me. Damn. The crowd didn't need to know that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. But I love Ghost Bed. They've been a loyal sponsor since day one. Beds made in the good old USA. So right now, 0% down, 0% financing. And that's if you got Snoop Dogg credit or worse. Obviously, Snoop Dogg's probably got great credit because he just turned down $100 million. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. And today's show is also brought to you by factormeals.com. So if Richard Simmons can't get you in shape, maybe Factor Meals can get you there. Right now, it's meal planning to the next step. No, meal planning to the next step.
It's like a rap.
It is like a rap. It's like a rap. I was going to keep rapping, but then I thought, I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
It would just be embarrassing and nobody would want to hear it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think anybody. Are you a good rapper? You used to be a rapper. That's right.
Yeah.
Say, if you think of a rap, you just cut it. Just cut loose.
I'm gonna make it one for the meal prep.
You get one for the meal prep. But right now, listen, if you busy lives, busy schedules, you out there on the go, you're trying to lose weight in 2024, maybe you're trying to gain weight, get a little protein strength going on there. Factor Meals can set you up on anything you want. These are fresh, never frozen, chef-prepared meals delivered right to your door. For a very, very affordable price. By the time you drive to the grocery, by the time you cook all the stuff, you get all the Rubbermaids and the Playtex and whatever, all that glassware that you use, and try to diddle through all the lids to see which one fits and all the whatnots. And all that time you spin around and you could have just foregone all of that.
The cleanup, you avoid the cleanup?
Yeah, avoid the cleanup. Just go to factormeals.com/wolfpack50. Get you 50% off that first week's worth of meals. 300 something different menu items. Now they got breakfast on there, pancakes and bacon. Again, they're not even frozen meals. You just set them right up and make sure you hit stop cam on that before you come on there. And they'll get you set up and ready to go. So thank you guys, Facebook. Let's dive into the science, society, and culture news. I think, listen, the best story of the night is definitely this little Levar Burton thing. So I'm going to save it for just a minute because, I mean, it is the best story to talk about for a long time, but I don't know if it's the most exciting story ever, but it's a pretty damn good story. I think the story of the night, though, that we can brush through really quickly, though, is this whole Snoop Dogg turning down $100 million for an OnlyFans collab where he only has to show his thing. Hang on, I gotta help Boomer Margaret over here.
Yes.
And her computer issues there. That'll get you on. Let me mute you real quick. Boom, you're in. Here, let me read the story to you here. Let's Snoop Dogg. Let's see here. The hip hop legend. What is this coming from? By the way, our producer is in Memphis, Tennessee this week, so we're working through some stuff tonight. HuffPost. This is from the HuffPost. Hip hop.
It cut out. As soon as you said HuffPost, it cut out.
Is it back on?
Yep, you're back now.
All right. Rapper Snoop Dogg may have millions of fans, but he's not interested in OnlyFans. The hip-hop legend recently claimed that he turned down an offer from the racy adult website that could have netted him as much as $100 million, as he put it, to pull his thing out. Snoop Dogg whipped out his ballsy offer earlier this week on the Wake and Bake with Double S Express. It's an Instagram live show, by the way, if you want to go and check that out. They got at me when one of them little girls made 20 million on there. He said they were like, OnlyFans want you to come on there, Snoop. You can do about 100 million. All you got to do is pull your thing out. And he said, but his wife and manager, Shantae Bridges, was probably not down with it. I'm like, I got a black wife, Snoop explained. Ain't no way in the world she's going to allow me to go on there and pull my thing out for no amount of money.
Did he ask her?
I don't know.
Because I know one time Snoop had this thing where he was with was it College Girls Gone Wild or some kind of Gone Wild?
Oh, I do remember that.
So if they got a picture of his thing, they probably got it back then. Which means if your thing is out there, no matter whether it was younger or older,
sure,
you might as well go.
Well, now was he performing with those girls, or was he just kind of emceeing it?
I think he was. I mean, it was like, did he have a wife back then?
I don't know, but was he wasn't slaying those girls, was he?
I don't know if he was or not. They only showed us, certain stuff. But I'm saying if there's a picture of him out there, if it ain't nothing but just.
Now, my wife brought up an interesting point when I read this to her in the news, because I was like, I mean, $100 million, I could move us off the grid, and our kids will never even see the internet. They'll never know I did it.
He can get it plastic surgery, and it won't be the same when they floating around in pictures.
Oh, that's true too. Now, my wife said if he's turning it down for $100 million with all the other shit that he's done in his life, he probably turned it down because
of the wife and kids.
No, because he's done crazy shit in front of those wife and kids.
That's why
he's probably sure. Her theory is he turned it down because he might not be packing that heat. Ooh, that's her theory.
That's possible.
Because you think about it, that dude's done all the gang activity. He's done that college girls gone wild stuff. He smokes pot all the time. Of course, he did start getting into that like coaching kids thing for a while. So maybe he does feel some kind of
cooking with Martha Stewart.
Oh, you think he had sex with Martha Stewart?
Oh, no, they try to. I think one episode they try to make it look like something was really. Bro,
they were pretty freaking flirty.
Yeah.
I think they were flirty.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I would go for it if I was Snoop. Martha Stewart? Of course.
They used to call me Martha Stewart at work.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Why?
They're playing. I think.
Could you cook?
Because I can cook now.
That why they called you Martha Stewart?
I think I dated a guy. I think I dated a guy one time, and you know how you ask my you first start. So what's your name? So if you say Eric, if I forget, I'm not going to ask you again. It's like So he asked what my name was, and I said Margaret, and he must have thought I said Martha because 3 months later he introduced me to one of his family members, and he was like, "So and so, this is Martha," and I was like, looking around, I was like, "Who was Martha?" He was like, "You," and I was like, "What?" After 3 months, he actually thought that because he didn't ask my name again. He had been saying baby or something like that. And so when I told the story at work, they was like Martha Stewart. So that's how
Martha Stewart. Listen, I turned her audio up there for you guys, audio listeners out there. Murph 530 says Snoop Dogg has also been pretty loud about calling Republicans racist pieces of shit lately and going hard against anyone who isn't for Biden. Listen, that's just going to be the theme of 2024. I mean, unfortunately, here's the thing with that. Whoever wrote that, I already forgot. Murph 530. Here's my take on that. The obsession with this guy is what's going to make him get elected, or is at least going to give him a running chance. I mean, the best thing they could do if LeVar Burton and who we're talking about now, Snoop Dogg, if all of them really wanted him to go away, then they could just stop talking about him. Like, I don't bring up Joe Biden in any of my conversations, except maybe to laugh at like the ridiculous kind of like flubs that he has, because it's like and when he's the president, but like, well, how do you not? Some of those are really funny. But I don't like think of Joe Biden, and I don't have like a dire hatred for the guy either. Right. So like, I don't know. My take on that is all of these celebrities, they're going to go hard on Trump for the next 10 months. They're only helping the guy out. It's only going to make him more popular. No news is bad news, I guess. Beard is used as the slang term, Eric. That was from earlier. There we go. Yeah, the woman would be the beard. Yeah. Yeah, like that's his beard.
Okay, I'm lost.
So like I'm gay. If I'm gay, if I was gay, you would be my beard. If I was trying to hide it.
Yeah, we call it undercover brother, and you said beard.
Yeah, we call it a beard. Like you're my beard because I'm too, light in the loafers to have a beard.
Oh wow.
Is light in the loafers? Is that condescending?
Light in the loafers.
I don't know. I can't remember if that one was a bad one or not.
I say, well, used to. I don't do it anymore. But I say sugar britches. Yeah. Or sweet potato pants.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I've actually, like, while arresting people or, like, interviewing people, they would refer to, like, they'd be like, oh, yeah, he's got sugar britches or whatever. And I would be like, what? So I have heard that one.
Yeah.
But I've also heard a girl's vagina called sugar walls.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard one of them refer to it as her sugar walls.
Sugar walls. Yeah,
I don't know. I guess maybe they're sweets. I've never had them.
Sweet and low.
I have no idea. So listen, I guess my question here before we move on from this whole Trump story, obviously he's turning it down for $100 million. I mean, you're a religious woman, a newly found religious woman, I guess, right?
No.
I thought this was. Well, you quit drinking, you quit swearing.
No, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
I know how to do both. but I just choose not to.
Yeah.
Right. But
For $100 million.
I'll tell you what I do.
Okay.
No, seriously. But if his picture is already out there somewhere, he might as well.
Okay.
It's not they want to. I don't know, but sometimes I don't know. He don't need it.
Now our show takes off. Let's say our show takes off. Like we become like the #1 society and culture TMZ news style podcast for Monday nights, and they're like, Margaret and Tansy, why don't you guys on OnlyFans? All you got to do is show your things.
Okay,
$100 million each.
So
not together. Like you can do them separate.
I got you.
Be separate.
So I don't know how I answer that. I have to think about it.
$100 million.
Check this out. So I mean, we haven't really got there yet, but the Kanye West girlfriend, wife, what is she?
His wife. Yeah. Wait, no, wait. That's not his wife. Yeah, it's his wife.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be funny, but when I saw that picture, I'm like, from the front, she looked like she was kind of like a little perky, whatever. But the side, she looked like me with my bra off.
Well, let's jump into that. The Kanye West.
So if they tell me to take a picture like that, I'm like, if it's gonna look like that, hey, because
wait, you're saying that you look like Kanye West's wife?
I'm saying from the side, that hanging, that's an old lady boob.
I fucking liked it. I must like old lady boobs then.
For her to be
her side boob looks awesome. Yeah, I thought so.
But I'm saying,
let's jump into it. Show the pictures.
Yeah,
you got it, Josh. Show the pictures.
They got it from this. She's in the kitchen or something.
Well, that one's kind of. Go to the next one. Go to the next picture. Oh, he blacked it out. That's the kitchen one you're talking about. Like, the little saggers.
Yeah, it's like they say you're supposed to. If they're right, you're supposed to be able to put a pencil under there, and the pencil's supposed to drop out. You put a pencil under there.
Oh no, that you'll never see it again.
Exactly.
No, you'll never see it.
That's an old lady boob.
Well, she's 40.
That's a. Oh, I'm just. Okay. All right.
Look at those. I mean, she's got some big ones though.
She hasn't had anything done to him at all. Then I can say.
No, she hasn't. Those are naturals. But look at Kanye's bulge in this picture. I didn't even notice that. Yo, look at that thing. That's a bulge, right?
He probably got some socks in there.
You think so? Dude, he is showing it though.
A song that he wrote.
Look at that thing. Oh my God. Hey, Josh, can you zoom in on that picture? No.
Not with this computer. When I'm at home, I'd be able to, but not here.
Oh man, he's definitely got. He's got some serious package in those pants.
Women can buy pants that had the butt already in them.
Yeah.
He probably got some underwear.
Is that really popular? The girls wear that a lot.
The ones that got a butt. I know a girl that wore like 5 pair of pants.
Just to make herself look like she got a bigger butt.
She was not necessarily butt. She was so small, but you couldn't tell. I know she told you, be a 5 pair of pants. But I had a song. Somebody let me hear it early, and it was saying something about the bleach on the shirt.
Which one?
It was 2010. Somebody, if he did something with a model and she bleached her butt, and
bleached her butthole.
So he was crazy back then. I thought he was. When was Jesus Walk? How long ago that was that? That's when I liked him
early
back 2000s. Then. And then when he did the thing on the plane where they was saying like that, but I did not know he was like that. I was like, what?
He likes girls that bleach their buttholes?
No, I'm just saying the fact that he's singing about it. What is that? But if it gets you paid.
Well, I mean, I've known what? Oh yeah, look at this hog. Look at this thing, dude.
Man, please.
Dude, look at but hang on, let's dive it down. Look, for those of you just looking on audio listens, I'll put this out on the Facebook and the Instagram, on the private Facebook, FTS Wolfpack. I'll put it on there. Look how stretched out the pants are from that. You see the creases in the pants, how just stretched and how much pressure those leggings are under right now.
He's trying to have a camel toe.
That ain't no camel toe. That's like an elephant trunk.
It could be.
That's not real.
I don't think it is. I ain't. I guess you have to look at his other pictures. But
bless America. Wait, didn't he have a sex tape with what's her name?
That wasn't him.
That wasn't him. No, that was Ray J. You're right. Yeah, Raycon guy, Ray J. The reason I know this because when we were sponsored by Raycon, the one thing we were not allowed to talk about was the Ray J sex tape. It was off limits. So then I went and watched it because that's what a piece of shit like myself does. Yeah, that's a big thing. Now let's talk about Kanye West saying he's getting a lot of grief about this right now on the interwebs. By the way, if you haven't seen it, all you have to do is type in Kanye West's wife kitchen. You can see the unedited version of there. She's in some kind of dominatrix latex mask that, like those kind that would have like the zip up mouth that you would see in maybe Pulp Fiction. And then she's wearing like some kind of weird bodysuit thong thing. He's taking pictures of it. Looks like she's throwing down some eggs and some bakey on there. She walked around with that bodysuit, that see-through bodysuit that they've had to blur out where they got kicked out of, was it France or Italy?
Like or something like that.
Yeah, they kicked them out. They were like, you can't be walking around the city wearing that. I think it was France.
But somebody was saying that I read where they was like, what if some grease pop up under that mask?
Oh,
yeah, because grease pops.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and don't have a flat top and got some stomach and walk up there trying to be cook sexy, and burn your belly and all that. Yeah, so
I've done that before. By the way, I was in a cabin and I tried to cook for my wife naked. I was a little bit drunk, and I was like, I'm gonna make you some nachos. Yeah. Yeah. I was very careful. It comes, but yeah, for research purposes only, Will Cray says, yeah, you got to take a look at these pictures. Now, why do you think Kanye West is so up on showing this girl off like that? I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought.
And I'm wondering, is she really approving of that, or she just trying to please him by letting him, some people do stuff because if that's what you want, that's what you like.
Yeah.
But because I don't see no other reason why he would do that. Why would you want somebody to see what belongs to you?
Right. Yeah. Like, look what I got. Look what I got. I don't know. I see it a little, as much as he's doing it, it's a little disrespectful.
That's why I say I think she's doing it. Maybe she's allowing him to do that because if that's what you want.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because he's Kanye. And she's pretty. But I think she's not like gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get that. I mean, I know you don't judge women. Yeah, there we go. There's another in the outfit. Okay, that's pretty. Yeah, I guess she's pretty hot.
Why would you? It is weird though. But he's.
But that is weird. She's got like a cross going on her butt, some high heels, and that's some weird.
Why would you want to?
I mean, that's testing fate. I mean, what if Jesus came back? Like, what if the rapture happened and that's what you're standing at the pearly gates waiting to get into heaven?
You would not be getting in. I don't think he'd be getting in. I know somebody. This said something about Kelly had a.
Could you imagine?
He made a church his home and made the pulpit his bedroom, and I'm like,
who did that?
Back in the day, they said that R. Kelly had a church, and the pulpit area he put his bedroom. Like, to me, that is I don't know what you would call that.
I mean, that's testing those waters, man. Yeah. Like, but yeah, if she's wearing that, she gets to the pearly gates. Mother Mary sees her. Not gonna be. She's gonna be disappointed.
Be brought up in the fetus position, trying to cover up everything.
Oh, look, I'll put it out to the chat since we got a bunch of people in the chat tonight. Marine's Bloodbath joined us now. And Low Ren, I mean, listen, if your husband wanted you to walk around looking like that, or if you had a girlfriend, Will Cray, would you want her to walk around like that? I don't know. Like, let me know in the chats, and we'll talk about it. Also, what's your price to show your dingle dangle? I mean, some people got different moral standards. Mine is, I won't do it for any money.
You say you would? Nah. Even if you weren't married?
If I wasn't married and I didn't have kids and I wasn't planning on getting married and I didn't have kids, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let me
ask you something. So if you're at the hospital and you're having a procedure done and they put you to sleep,
sure,
you don't know what they're doing.
Hopefully they're jerking me off.
See? So why not? If they're doing that, they're taking pictures too.
Well, go let them take pictures.
They have which means
I don't give a shit about that.
Which means why not get your money?
I feel like if you're gonna sell your soul for money,
is that selling your soul?
That I think everybody's different. Like, some people don't give a shit. For me, because of my moral principles and like my beliefs, I would feel like that would probably be God saying like, all right, Eric, what would you do for money? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can pay me to sin. I remember one time I offered my mom $100 bill to say the word shit out loud, and she would not do it. And I asked her, like, how much?
Has she ever cursed?
I mean, she's probably accidentally cursed a few times, but like, just in that moment, she's like, no, I'm not selling my soul. So like, even saying shit for money, like, I mean, everybody sins on accident from time to time, but
so you think cursing is a sin?
Me? No, obviously not, because I fucking do it a lot.
People think
I'm just kidding. It probably is.
I don't, but people think I
don't think there was cussing. There wasn't cussing in the Bible. They didn't even have that option back in the day, so it wasn't written. I think swear words, like "God damn it," that was made like in the 60s or something. Like, in the government, the guy was saying like, basically saying like "God damn," like that.
Okay, so I've read that in the Bible, sure. Like the way you just said it.
Right.
I've read that in the Bible, like "May God
damn something."
Right,
yeah.
But people putting together, we know what they
but see, like, I don't play that game. Like, it's like God knows your context because he's God. So like, if you're saying God damn something, like damn it to hell, like send it to hell, I think he finally gets that. Now, if you're saying "God damn it" to to curse God or something, like I'm sure that he's got a huge problem with that. I mean, of course, it's not going to help your witness out and everything if you're into that kind of belief system or whatever. I just had a woman though, not too long ago, told me that I sound like a very ignorant person because of my foul mouth.
Because what?
Because of my foul mouth. Because I cuss so much. But you know what? My cussing stems from, I don't know where it comes from, but I've been doing it for so long. I mean, over like 35 years. Like 30 years. You know?
But when she called you ignorant, I think it's because people say a lot of people that when people curse, they have a small vocabulary. But if you choose to do it, and like I said, I don't, but I'll laugh at it. It'd be funny. Now if you cuss at me, I'll be looking like, what? It's not gonna make me curse back. I mean, I just do it because it's just words that come out of my mouth. Like, but I mean, like if you go to like Afghanistan, I've had this conversation before, but like our interpreter didn't have any words for swear words because they don't exist. Like they don't have anything that's off limits over there. So I was like, well, what's the worst word that you have? He's like, we don't have any word that is bad. I was like, well, is there any words that kids can't say? And they're like, nope. We don't have that. Say lie. When I was little, I couldn't say lie.
You weren't allowed to say lie?
You couldn't say lie.
What if somebody was lying?
Look, we about 15, 16 years. You telling a story.
What if somebody was lying?
They telling a story.
Why can't they say lying?
We could not say lie.
Why?
And when we got older,
you know what I couldn't say?
We was what?
Stupid. My mom would not.
We couldn't call each other stupid, but yeah.
My mom would not let me say stupid.
You couldn't say lie, stuff like that. And
really, what's wrong with lying?
I don't know. I guess it's both been a bad word.
It's a bad word?
I guess it was considered a bad word.
What?
It was a story. And when my kids sit down, I'd be looking like, but I didn't teach them not to say lie, but you ain't gonna tell me I'm telling a lie. But I tell you not to tell your brother. She said he's lying, but you're a lie. No, but we couldn't say it at all.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard that. Now, my son the other day was putting a grocery cart back, pinched his finger, and he's 6. And he was like, Dad, can I say the F word? I was like, no. And I was like, I know you're thinking it though, but like I get it. You can't say but that's strange to me that you can't say the word lie. That's really strange.
We could say, well, excuse me, but we could say dookie and pee.
What do you mean, excuse me?
Like, I'm just saying for the people that I'm saying, because I'm saying, but the other people could say that, my cousins could say the SHIT and ASS, and they were our age.
Yeah.
But they couldn't say the dookie and pee. I'm like, what? Yeah. Yeah.
My grandmother called it a pritzy.
What's a pritzy?
Like when you fart or you have to.
Pritzy.
Yeah. She's like, or you feel like shit your pants. She's like, did you pritzy? Like that's what she'd say.
Have you ever heard of a queef? I know my kids told me that. I ain't know.
You never heard of a queef?
Not till maybe 5 years ago. Right, but you know that what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a front fart.
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah.
You never heard that?
Not today.
What did you call it when it happened? Nothing.
Just a fart, I guess. Yeah, but.
It's so funny, dude. Yeah, listen, swearing is just a part of me. Maybe I have a small vocabulary. I'll own that. I don't know that makes you a bad person because you have a small vocabulary, but I don't think it does. I don't know. I've been saying it for a long time. Oh, let's talk about this. Let's jump into this. I didn't know if I was going to jump into it or not. Now I think it's a good time to jump into it. I promise we're going to get to this Levar Burton story. We got to talk about Alec Baldwin and Alec Baldwin's new indictment and I can't even say her name. Hilaria Baldwin, his wife. Hilaria Baldwin. And they named their little kid like Eduardo.
Say it again?
Eduardo. Something like that. Anyway, there's been this like whole thing that she fakes her Spanish accent. She's been doing it for years. She was born in Boston. Born and raised in Boston. Barely speaks Spanish.
But she's faking the accent.
But she's been talking in and then she's finally gotten called out for it. Look, and we'll get into the Baldwin story, but this to me is way worse than swearing. This is like stolen valor for Spanish people. Here we go. Let's see. If you guys can't hear this, please let me know immediately. But I'm going to play it really quick. Here we go. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Oh, hold on. Oh, I guess that's not going to play through. Did you couldn't hear that, could you, Josh?
No, nothing was playing.
All right, hold on one second. Oh no, they blocked the site again. What is up with this site blocking? Oh, that's Kanye West's thing. Yeah, right. All right. I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on one second. I know where it's at. All right, let's see if this will play, Josh. If this won't play, like, let me know. Can you hear that?
Yep, no audio.
Huh?
No audio.
There's no audio on that?
No, sir.
Oh.
I'm getting some now, but it's very, very low. It's like feedback from your computer.
What in the world?
Well, okay, so we just watched it, but she definitely has in that video no Spanish accent. so she goes crazy. So then she goes on this cooking show. For those of you guys that couldn't hear that, I'm so sorry. Hilaria Baldwin, this is like so funny. It's been going on for so long. She talks like with this Spanish accent, but then like you'll find her in like TikTok videos where it's just like straight Boston accent. She told the media that she does it depending on like how she's feeling for the day. Total bullshit. But she was on like Good Morning America or something, and she's like, "How do you say in your country cucumber?" Oh it's like, bitch, you just said cucumber. Yeah. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Zucchini or something. That is crazy. Oh my god.
But anyway, that's way worse than swearing. But anyway, I'll move on. Alec Baldwin, though, Alec Baldwin from the set of Rust. Alec Baldwin, this is from the Alternative Press. Alec Baldwin once again is staring down felony involuntary manslaughter charge after a grand jury indicted him. The actor is in connection with the fatal 2021 shooting. Senator Darker on the set, Western movie, New Mexico. The sad part about this is that Hilaria Baldwin is one that's like, "Oh, this is such hard times for me and my family." Blah, 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 blah. You knew it was coming. If we had Jay here, Jay's been on the movie set a few times. I wanted to talk to him about guns on set. I was recently on a set for a TV series called Office Joe. That's, I think, coming out this summer. Right. Brought to you by Diesel Jack, Nick Palmachano, and the guys from Ranger Up. Vincent Rocco Vargas is in the film. I think Matt Best is in there. Jack Mandevel's in there. Mandatory Fun Day is in there. Ashley Gouda, whatever her name is, the comedian, she's amazing. She's super funny. Gutermuth is, I think is how you pronounce her last name. But there's a lot of guys. What's Good, the AMT is in there. Jared Taylor from Black Rifle Coffee is in it. So it just like the list goes on and on and on of all these favorite guys, and I get to play the cop in the thing. And so my scene, I have to like pull out my gun and stuff, and I had to give like a safety speech to the entire cast and crew and show them that it was like a fake gun and that it's not real and all this other stuff.
During the time that happened with him, I was in a play that there was a scene where it was he wasn't robbing us, but he stuck us up at a funeral.
Oh,
and
nice.
So it was like the gun, and I'm like, make sure you get the right gun, because I don't know. All I know is you gonna come out. I don't get to see it in advance.
Right.
Come out, you stick it in my head, and I got that. So really, I was actually like, "Oh, please don't." I'm gonna shoot this greasy wig off if you don't do it. It was, it was a comedy.
Right.
But still, I'm like, it's possible somebody could have switched something out or whatever. Took a chance.
Yeah.
It was around the same time that happened. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, so it's probably like better to like err on the side of caution to like show everybody on the set that it's a fake gun. But I don't know. Like, as somebody is like as professional as Alec Baldwin and being on a set as professional as something that Alec Baldwin is, like you would think that like there wouldn't be any real bullets in around. It's a crazy story. Because Jay's not here, we'll move on from it. But just to let you guys know, there is a new indictment coming out for Alec Baldwin. We'll keep his eye on it. So like my next favorite story tonight, and then we're gonna go on to Levar Burton, Kunta. Kunta Kunte's dad was a Confederate soldier story. Pauly Shore. Were you ever a Pauly Shore fan? Encino Man, or that was like one of my favorite movies of all time too, by the way. Loved Encino Man. Pauly Shore, I've always thought is really funny, but he really does look like Richard Simmons, and he's playing the famous icon in a new biopic film, and he looks just like him. Look at the two of them, how close they look.
That hair, that hairline went way back. Yeah, but they do.
They look a lot alike. Pauly Shore's, this is coming from varietynews.com. Variety.com. Pauly Shore has responded to Richard Simmons after the fitness icon disavowed the upcoming biopic and what Shore is set to play him. Shore stopped by the Variety studio presented by Audible while at the Sundance Film Festival and said his Simmons movie is all about love with or without the real Simmons blessings. Quote, my come from has always been love, Shore said. It's never been vindictive. I'm not Borat. I'm not let's make fun of someone. It's the opposite. At this point, it's an unauthorized biopic and they're made every day. Yes, I want him to put his pixie dust on this and say, go for it, Pauly. It's Richard being Richard. It's sensitive. We don't want to bug him. We want him to be left alone and we don't want to bug him. We want to pay homage to him and kiss his feet and say he's done beautiful stuff. Who's going to play Richard Simmons? Leonardo DiCaprio? It's not going to play Richard Simmons. I look like him. So
you said Borat. Did you say that?
Yeah.
That movie.
Well, he was saying like he's not disrespectful like Borat.
I thought the people knew. In Borat, I thought the people knew that what he was doing. Yeah, and and he paid him a little bit of money for it. Right. That was a good movie though. It was funny.
Yeah, you thought it was funny? Hilarious. Yeah, it is pretty funny. But I can see where he means it's like disrespect. Like he's not going to do that to Richard Simmons. Now, if somebody was going to play a biopic with you, like, I mean, I don't know that I would. Well, I guess it depends on how they're going to make me look. But I mean, like they made The Wolf of Wall Street. Like they made everybody love The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio made everybody love The Wolf of Wall Street, even though he is still to this day a raging piece of shit. Like that dude was a fucking dirtbag who should not be celebrated at all.
So I guess they would have to prove to him they're not going to. If they're going to have to make Richard look okay, because if they don't, it's gonna look like that ain't Richard, because that's how he was. He was very flamboyant and sachet. And
well, I mean, Pauly Shore is very flamboyant and sachet, and you know what I mean. Like Pauly Shore is super flamboyant.
Yeah, I thought it was acting. When I did see him, I didn't know that's how he really is.
Well, I mean, Pauly Shore is just like a very eccentric character. Like seriously, like one of my favorite comedians too. Super funny. His Joe Rogan episode was pretty good too.
It was what?
His Joe Rogan episode, where he was on Joe Rogan. Pauly Shore was on Joe Rogan podcast. Joe Rogan's podcast. You don't listen to Joe Rogan? I'm gonna see you some good Joe Rogan clips. I'll send you some Joe Rogan clips. What podcast do you listen to?
I started recently listening to the Big Homie.
Okay.
I like relationship stuff, but of course.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jay. No. Anyway, I like relationship stuff because people need to address that. I mean, not necessarily on here, but
yeah, we can make your own podcast. We have a whole studio. You can come in and do your own show.
Yeah, you got people that guys think they the prize and women think they the prize. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna be the prize. Two prizes sitting.
Kanye West's wife is the prize.
Yeah, to him. Yeah. And then don't forget to talk about my tan.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Well, okay, we're gonna jump into the Levar Burton story right now. But anyway, I can't wait to see this Pauly Shore like biopic of Richard Simmons. I'm super stoked about that. I'll probably go see that one in the theater, to be honest with you. I just think it's going to be a great show. Make sure if you're still hanging around here, hammer that like button and give us a subscribe. We're like right on the cusp of 8,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So if you guys are watching on the live tonight, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little dinger bell, the little ring a ding a ding ding ding, and tune in next week. But yeah, somebody said that I'm a trophy husband. I get that. Yeah, so I texted you earlier today, and you were at a tanning bed. Now, for those of you who are just on audio, Margaret doesn't like anybody to know that she's black. She just wants to just be left alone about it. Sometimes she like forgets what race she is or that race even exists. She's colorblind, really.
I really am.
But I have to remind you that you don't really need to go to a tanning bed.
But see, I don't have an issue with being black. So if I was to come out chocolate as Mike, I would be fine.
Wait, so you actually sat in a tanning bed and tanned?
I went to something called the full body enhancement, where you go in and it like basically evens your tone. For people can see, my lips are a little lighter than the rest of my face because I licked them all the time when I was little. But so I'm trying to get it up. Seriously, I'm trying to get it all blend all in, and it's gonna help my, if I had any wrinkles or anything, kind of like even my tone out. And so it does other stuff. And so yeah, so I don't actually put on the
bronzer.
Right, but I could.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I put on the bronzer, I feel like I'm like doing blackface. Because you're just browning it all up. You know what I mean?
Right. But it's Valentine's.
I feel bad. Like I feel like if somebody took a picture of this, it could look really bad. I'm just kidding. I've never fucking tanned.
Well, Valentine's Day is coming up, and so
you trying to look good?
Yeah, because I keep attracting the wrong stuff.
You got a man friend for Valentine's Day?
I mean I have friends, but that are just friends.
You into white dudes at all?
But, yeah.
Will Cray. We got a guy, Will Cray. He lives in like Minnesota, but he's on here. Good looking guy. We've met him at our meetup, but he's totally single. We've been doing push-ups
He might not
on
like
the Wolfpack. We have a Wolfpack fitness Facebook group. So there's all sorts of different Wolfpack stuff out there going on, and so we've been doing instead of doing push-ups for suicidal veterans, we've been doing push-ups to get Will Cray a girlfriend. Dude's still single. Listen, if you're interested in this guy in Minnesota or Montana or wherever Will Cray's from, I think it's Minnesota, maybe it's Wisconsin. I can't remember. I don't know. Well, he's young. He's only like 23 or 24 or something like that.
I'm like. I can't be a sugar mama. I tell you, I'm 50. I'll be 56 next month. So
oh yeah, I forget. I always forget you're 56 because you look younger than I am.
Yeah, my son probably.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
because I look at you like we're the same age.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
To be your mom. What old are you? 38.
Well, 39.
39. My daughter.
I'll be 40 in a couple months.
My daughter will be 39 this year. My oldest.
Dang.
Yeah.
Does your daughter look like you?
No, my baby do. My younger one don't. She's short and she's
Wait, the 39-year-old's your younger one?
No. The 39 is the older. She's short.
Okay.
The baby looks like me.
Okay.
Yeah, lady saw us in the store one day and we was on both sides of the aisle.
What do they do with like what do they do? Are they comedians too?
No, well it might well be because I be getting some stuff in there because they have me laughing. One works with she works from home. I ain't gonna tell what she do, but yeah, she might not tell that. And then my son, he makes dentures. He asked me one day, he was like, "Mama, you gotta have your teeth." I was like, "Don't you know if I didn't, I would have you make me some teeth?" But yeah, I got yeah.
Makes dentures. All right. Yeah. Will Cray says he's from Minnesota. It's the Greater Value, Canada. If you're in the Minnesota area and you're looking for somebody who's single and ready to mingle, Will Cray's a halfway decent guy. I mean, listen, his YouTube profile pic does no justice. That might be part of the problem that he's not getting a girlfriend, but he does hunt and he does like to fish. And I thought he's a very nice guy. I met him in person, real life. He's a real deal dude. He's not like some kind of fake bot. He's not AI generated. His leg was AI generated. He has like a halfway fake leg because he was playing hockey or not even that cool. I think he was like walking across the ice and hurt his knee. So he had like a little bionic knee thing going on, but I think he's got that all cleared up. He's an international hunter, he says. I don't know what that even means. I don't know if he's internationally hunting humans or deer or what, but he says in his profile that he's a international hunter. So there you go. If you're into that kind of thing, go for it. All right, let's get into the big story of the night.
I do want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
Because she might hurt me when she see me. My oldest daughter works. She's a supervisor at a veteran, some kind of like she might be suicidal. They call in for that. She's a supervisor there.
Oh.
So yeah, so to keep them straight, whatever.
Yeah, she supervises the suicides.
But she's a supervisor at the.
I'm just kidding. Just joking.
Dr. Kevorkian. I forgot about him.
23 a day. Anyway, so okay, this is the big story of the week. Levar Burton. And you know why this is such a good story to me? Because Levar Burton has become one of the most annoying people to me. I feel, and I asked myself this when I saw the story. Why does Levar Burton make me so angry? I loved him in Star Trek. I loved Reading Rainbow.
Wait a minute, that's him?
What?
I ain't trying to be funny, but I saw that. What? Something on my glasses.
That's Levar Burton.
What in the world?
You know Levar Burton.
When you said Kunta Kids, I was like, why is he?
You know Levar Burton.
Yeah, but he just looks different.
Well,
to me.
Yeah, and he sounds different too. He sounds very, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but I'm like, I didn't realize. Yeah.
You didn't put the two together. Yeah. So, but listen, like, so he's gotten like super woke over like the last 4 years. He fucking runs his mouth so much about politics and shit. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Levar. Like, you haven't been relevant since Star Trek. And like, there was only a certain amount of people that like Star Trek, and you're cutting out like half of those. So now you're really not relevant. He went out and just really raged on Moms for Liberty, which is a group that just wants like overtly say, now that's another crazy thing to get into. I mean, I don't know if it's like, we get into like race and stuff on the show a lot, but I can't remember the name of the show. I wasn't really planning on going there tonight with it, but there's just been this like weird, it's almost like, and if this offends you, just tell me it offends you and I'll stop. But like, I feel like the Democrats are hand selecting black folks to push their agendas that I don't think that the black community necessarily gives a fuck about. I like to consider them like white people problems, only because all of the black people I've ever met, I've never once had any of those conversations with them. And so the context here is that I can't remember what her name was, but she's on NBC. Josh, if you can help me out, it was I think it was an NBC interview on Mothers Against Liberty. Mothers for Liberty. If you can get me that Mothers for Liberty news interview, it's a black female with really short hair. If you can give me her name, but basically the Moms for Liberty is this organization of women, and there's a lot of Democrat women in there that are speaking out against having like overtly sexual books in public schools, not having them banned from the public library, not having them banned from being made, just from school. Like if there is a book that's overtly sexual, then there needs to be like some rules and regulations on it. Well, I don't know why Levar Burton and this other woman care. Like, one, Levar Burton, I'm like, why is that the hill that they want to die on, these two folks? It doesn't sound like something that they would necessarily care about. Like with all, because, you know, he was a big reparations guy.
Right.
LeVar Burton was real big into like, give us reparations. How did he go from like reparations to giving a fuck about overtly sexual books being in a public school? Like, why is that? Does it make me racist for wondering why?
No, it would maybe one or two.
But I mean, it's like, are you guys just saying, like, not you guys, but like, I'm LeVar Burton and this other woman was like, this woke agenda, are you, I just don't, I don't think that being something that I've heard a lot about in that community. Working in that community a whole bunch of times, like, I don't know, the majority of black friends that I have, Democrat, a lot of them are, but they're still like super against this like sexualizing of children thing.
Right. I'm a Democrat.
And you're probably still against the,
I am.
Yeah, well, I guess I should ask, are you against the overly sexual books that are in public schools?
I would be, but I'm not. I mean, that's my first time hearing about them, I guess, trying to push it or whatever. But I'm against a lot of stuff. But I heard something today where the lady was saying that they're trying to erase slavery, and to me, I don't feel like it should be thrown out. You know, they had us as slaves, or they, it's the ancestors, but they're looking like you. Like you,
right.
Like you did it.
Right.
It's not you. So, but they were saying that she said her child had a question or something, and basically, it was something about whatever the options was. She would have had to pick that blacks were most likely slaves, and she would have picked anything different. Wrote anything different, she would have got it wrong. And I'm like, why not just? Well, it is what it is. I'm not saying keep. But people start bringing stuff up, and they say if you don't know, you repeat history.
Like, why don't we talk about slavery even more? Because like, if you forget something, then it's you're bound to repeat it.
Right,
like, here's the thing, right? This is in the 90s, when I saw Roots, it used to come on TV every year. Yeah. Black History Month, every night, I don't know, like 6 p.m. Roots was on. I mean, and for the whole month on TBS.
Roots, Mississippi Burning, and some stuff like that.
For the whole month. Yeah. And you know what? I watched it. My parents watched it with me. The Kente Kunte scene, you know, like very traumatic. And it makes you go, what the fuck were humans thinking? But it even goes back to like Egyptians who had, crazy amounts of slaves as well. Yeah. I mean, there's been slaves throughout history until now. I mean, and now they say there's more slaves now than it's ever existed in Africa. But
I think some people watch it and be like, what you say, like what's going on here? And you got some people that when they watch it with their kids, whatever, they may like, this is how it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's teaching.
Yo, there's no child that can watch Roots and be like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, any kid would be like, parents. Yo, what the fuck?
I think it's taught by the parents, because like I love it when I see a black kid and white kid or any race or whatever, they run, they embrace each other, they don't know nothing. Till somebody says,
yeah, they don't fucking know.
They don't know no difference.
I made the mistake by letting my white kids watch, as if I have black kids, my white kids watch Remember the Titans. because they're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my
yeah.
oldest is 10.
Uh-huh.
So we're watching Remember the Titans, and
Football.
like I had to pause. I almost turned the movie off because I kept having to pause it, and they were like, "Wait, I don't understand." And I was like, "They don't like them because they're black." And then they're like, "Well, Quinn and Amara are black," and I was like, "Yeah." People don't like them. I'm like, no, this was a long time ago. Like, that's not really a thing now. And then they're like, then they go on, then I'd hit play, and then they would be like, well, wait, what does he mean by that? Why did he call him a coon? Like, what's a coon? And then I'm like, okay, well, back in the day, there were some derogatory terms for black. And then I'm like, wait a minute, like, I'm actually like teaching my kids about fucking
But if you don't,
racism right
if
now.
you
Like,
don't tell them,
just
then,
too young.
not to. Let's say they watched it and they saw that, and then they see somebody black, like, hey, what's up, coon? Because they didn't know.
Well, because they didn't know. But like then they started asking me all the questions like, well, why is he black? Or why are we different? And I'm like, well, you're not different. But like, I don't think that they ever knew prior to watching that movie that there was any difference. Right. Like, I don't think that they ever cared or gave a fuck about that. I think it's like one of those things where, like, I wouldn't show them a Holocaust film at this age because that would fuck them up. But I think when you're like in middle school or high school, you should learn all about slavery. You should learn all about the Holocaust so that shit doesn't happen again. Yeah. And like I said, there's always going to be outliers. There's always going to be that one dumb redneck. That's the thing. But there's that one dumb black dude that thinks fucking white people are the devil. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's always going to be outliers.
All of them is all black people, all white. And I'm like, no, it's not all of them.
Right.
Like, you know what they did to us? And I'm like, I know what you're trying to say, but what you're saying is they, and who did it is dead. I mean, some of them still alive that probably participate, but most of them.
Well, I think it's also like important to note that like a lot of us, like my family didn't start here until like 1912 or 1913. I did my 23andMe for Christmas, and my family was in Ireland until like 1913.
I did the DNA ancestry. Is it the DNA we spit the thing?
Yeah.
And for all my life, I thought one person was my dad, and then I just started feeling.
No, stop. You found out that you had a different dad? Oh shit! Oh shit!
People, I'm like, like I said, Race, I'm gonna have to tell you how, so you'll know that. But
oh my
white
God,
people come up like, how's your daddy doing? And I'm like, and they're like, no, I'm talking about, I'm saying that whatever. How's your daddy wife doing? And I was like, oh, and I said, oh no, my brother and sisters, that's his daughter. Well, you look just like. I'm like, now ain't no way. They said we all look alike, but ain't no way a white lady gonna pick me out. And you the real child.
Yeah.
And so I started asking questions and stuff. And then I just started asking questions. And the guy that she said was my dad, he's still living. And I wouldn't tell him no different. And hopefully nobody wouldn't go tell him.
Right.
Watching it, But he's like 78 now. But he sort of really getting on my nerves. I'm like, when I found out, I'm like, so do I still have to put up with this? But right, I'm being honest. But I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't tell him. He paid child support. He was a daddy. My daughter said, Mom, he wants your biological father, but he was your daddy. So I'm like, you're right. But the one that is my daddy, he's passed away. But before he passed away, I asked him, was he my daddy? And he said, I don't know what your mama tell me. So back then, you know how people say stuff and you be like, well, I ain't gonna say nothing because you keep it in hush hush.
Right.
And now you ain't, whatever. And a couple times she kind of like slipped up, and I felt like she was trying to tell me that he was. But when I did the DNA, I just put my name, her name, and the person she said was my daddy. That's all I put. Spit this little thing, sent it off, and when it came back, cause I kept trying to figure out how could I do it. Do I do it with my brother? They said it would come back inconclusive if I did it with a brother or sister. I had to have a parent. So I waited, and I found out that the man that's my dad's brother had took it. And like I said, I put my mama, the man she said, and me. And when it came back, he was a top match as my uncle. And it showed all my cousins. I've been calling cousins. And what else was it? Then my niece, one of my brother's daughters, she had took it. It showed him as my uncle, whatever the stuff they go by. Yeah. CMs, whatever, more than she was. And so I asked my family, I said, do you believe DNA lie? And they was like, no, but people do. But the thing is, I didn't give them nothing to go on.
Right.
So
So they didn't lie.
Yeah. So
dang, that's crazy. It's almost as crazy as the whole LeVar. Now, so this LeVar Burton thing comes off of this this discovery. It's just like I'll just read this from USA Today. LeVar Burton took his family tree and was shocked by what he found. The Reading Rainbow host appeared on the latest episode from PBS. By the way, this is a cool show. I've just discovered. I've watched a couple episodes now. Finding Your Roots, and he gets it's this guy, Henry Louis Gates Jr., historian, very like famous black guy, and
done that though.
Henry Louis Gates Jr., he brings on all these celebrities, like all of them, like Al Bundy, like all these celebrities. I guess I'm gonna do a DNA test, and he runs through his DNA and like runs through like the whole history of their lineage and everything. Well, they did LeVar Burton's on this recent episode, and they find out that his great grandfather was a white man named James Henry Dixon. Now, let me see if I can get this to play. Let me know if this ends up. Oh, you got it, Josh?
I'm not sure if it'll play or not yet.
Go ahead and hit play.
You have to hit play. It's on your sharing screen.
It's on my end. Okay, I was like, man, how did you get it right to the same spot I had?
No audio.
There we go. Hold on. Do you hear it now?
Yeah, but it's like feedback from out of your computer.
Oh, really? So you can't hear that?
No.
Man, why does it not work on tonight, but it'll work on like
Wednesdays?
I don't understand it. Let me try one more time really quick, because I think this is like really let me just stop screen.
Surprised who's kin to who. I said people will you'll be surprised who's kin to who.
Yeah, I want to play this really fast. Let's see your share screen. Boom. Allow. All right. Tell me if this plays or not plays, Josh. If it's not, I'll move on.
Maybe turn your computer volume.
Can you hear it?
It's the same. The year just feedback.
Junior Reserves, North Carolina.
Damn, here.
April 5, 1864. Occupation farmer.
There's your great grandfather. His surname is misspelled as
Can you hear
Dickerson.
that, Josh?
Right.
Yes,
But it was
Look
Dixon.
at that reading right
He
there.
joined the Junior Reserve.
Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Was it working out pretty good that way?
Yeah, you can hear it clearly.
Oh, well, I've ruined it now because I accidentally clicked off of it. When Josh is back in his own studio, we'll be able to do shit like that again. I apologize to all the fans out there that I couldn't do it. I'm a loser. But anyway, it's such a great moment. You got to go out there and check out the video of LeVar Burton finding out that his dad is a white Confederate. Like, I mean, his great grandfather is a white conservative. His little reaction was Kunta's dad was white. And I mean, like white. Show this picture. I know you have it, Josh. Show the picture of LeVar Burton's white great grandfather. By the way, like, I think this is what you get, LeVar Burton, for going so hard on like reparations and being just kind of like anti-white,
Not getting any sleep. He's too woke.
yeah, like you know, I mean, I hate that shit. It's like, don't be a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? And LeVar Burton just seems like one of these guys that's part of the problem. And then even when he finds out, you know, I think it's just such a you know, he could have spun that in many different ways. I guess it's a shock though if you were to find out that you were, you know, on live TV, to find out that your great grandfather was.
It probably was a shock, much a shocker. Who was it? What's his name? The comedian that was playing like he was a head of the Klan, but he was black.
That was Dave Chappelle.
That kind of shock, yeah. How he was shocked, even though that was fake, whatever. But how he was shocked, he was black. That's probably how shocked he was.
Now, the woman that was like heading of the Josh, hang on, yeah, there we go. Look at this picture. I mean, that's white. They got the same chin. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Hold on, let me just put this in. Let's see here. I think it's the BLM woman Mayflower. So this is not the only one that this guy did. Yeah, the civil rights activist. Let's see here. Yeah, so she was part of the big Black Power movement. Angela Davis, like huge reparations woman, BLM, civil rights activist, just like super headstrong anti-white people type rhetoric that comes out of her mouth, finds out on this show, on the PBS Find Your Roots, that her family actually came here on the Mayflower and were not Africans. And she loses her shit. So like her lineage started here.
I think she didn't believe it, right? I saw her, she was like, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something.
I mean, that's what happened. Like, I don't know. You want to check, but there's some people that claim that they're Indians and then they do the 23andMe and find out that they're not Native American and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you about that too. I was told that my they probably try to fight me when they see me again, but I was told that my grandmother's mother was full-blooded Indian. Never heard or nothing, right? So when I did the DNA, it said I was 1% indigent.
Indian?
Yeah, it said indigent.
Oh.
Yeah. So wouldn't it be more than 1% if my great grandmother was 100%?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, what? But it had a whole 23% Nigerian, 14% Congo. I went back to work. I was like, hey, I'm skin to you. She was like, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. It's a lady from the Congo.
Right.
And I showed her. She was like, oh, yeah, it showed different stuff. But the Indian, that couldn't have been.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been. I think it would have been more than that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I think it was like 12% like Slovakian, and then like, I don't know. The biggest percentage I was Northern Ireland. But anyway, I don't know. I had no Native American ancestry on mine. Davey says the Confederate Army had black dudes, Mexican dudes, and even Brazilian dudes. The Crazy family is connected to the Confederate Army. Seriously, dang, I had no idea. I had to check that out. I mean, this is just coming from somebody in the chats today, for Davey, which is that's pretty interesting. I have to go back and check that out. Bosco says, well, back in the day, they would claim Native even if they were light-skinned black. Yeah, you never know.
Real light, but yeah.
You never know. Yeah, so Kenta Kunta, who would have thought? I don't know. If you haven't seen the PBS show, I highly recommend going and YouTubing it or checking it out on PBS.com. The show is called Finding Your Roots. And the reactions are priceless, especially with Levar Burton. And what if you found out that your family heritage was white? Would you give a fuck?
No, I don't know about as far as mine, but my kids, they have first cousins that are half white.
Yeah.
I
think at this point, everybody's got to be kind of like half white.
Somebody's.
You know what I mean? Like,
and when they say something about people trying to start a race war and stuff, I'm like, it's gonna be hard for them ones that got.
Ooh, that's a good question. So if we went to like a reparations type deal, would you have to provide like a 23andMe? Because like what, like would Levar Burton have to pay? Because I mean he's part white. His dad fought in the Confederate Army. You know what I mean? Would he have to pay?
Yeah.
Like if you're a certain percent white, do you have to pay? Or if it's just like you're any percent black, you're free. Well, free is a bad term, but
yeah, because you kind of like run around in my head when you say that.
I mean, are you like free of having to pay reparations?
Yeah. But that's something to find out that you're not even from. I mean, you're not even African, like the lady. Yeah, so because
she was like super Europe. Now she did have ties, but they were way back, and it was very low. But like the majority of her ties were like Europe, which is crazy. Because you wonder, like, I don't know. It's just when you think about history, you don't think of 200 years ago black people being in England and Europe, but I guess they had slaves too.
Yeah, one of my friends is from Europe, but when we look at him, oh, that's African, but no, he's from Europe. He got a twin brother that look just like, and that's where they from Europe.
That's what a twin brother does, look just like him.
So what?
That's what twin brothers do.
I
know. There's
4 of my brothers and sisters are twins. 2 of them, a girl and boy. The older boy looks like the younger boy, and the older girl looks like it, but they're not identical.
Are you doing the comedy show with us for Mother's Day?
Of course. I got some stuff for you.
Oh, do you really? I'm excited. I got to start working on my game, on my Mother's Day game.
Hey, look at my mama. I got some stuff now.
Well, it's going to be like predominantly women in that crowd.
Hopefully some men will come too.
Yeah, there will be some men, but I think we did it last year, and I think it was like the women were there for the show. Mm. The dudes were just taking their moms. So I got to really like dial in my jokes to the moms. So, and not to the dudes.
Jay had a Mother's Day one back when Laugh Out Loud was up on Comedy Zone. And I was inviting all these people from church and everything. I was like, it's going to be Mother's Day. No, it's going to be clean. And the host was like, mother. And he was just saying, and I was like, come out of these pastors and stuff. And he was like, ooh. But then I guess later on, once he got him out, all the comedians were clean. But that person, he was kind of tipsy. He was just laying it in there. It was okay, it ain't your fault. I was like, oh my God.
No, I'm going to clean mine up. I use a lot of cuss words for the Mother's Day one. I'm going to clean it up. Mumba Meister says reparations are a joke. That ship has sailed. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see making white people or anybody pay for anything that they didn't do or have anything to do with. You know, it's like, why should I have to pay? Because
like they're saying now, that what is it, the farmers that was denied loans and stuff. I'm trying to figure out how that worked, because my thing is, if you denied the loan, you probably lost your land by now. So what?
but then you'd have to do it for all the Irish people, because the Irish people were treated pretty shitty for a long time. And the Asian people here that had to work on the railroads were you know, treated pretty shitty for a long time. So, I mean, I don't know, like, where does it stop? I mean, I don't think the Hispanics were probably treated very well, or the Mexicans weren't treated. So you pay, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I think if I was I guess I can't really speak because I'm a white dude, but if if I would have been oppressed by somebody, I would be more willing, like, I would like repentance. Like, I would be like, yo, I know that you didn't do this and I forgive you. Like, it would be.
Okay, so speaking of that, I've seen where there'd be a bunch of black people and white people be in front of them, and they're washing their feet and they sorry for what they. And I'm like, what?
Yo, I'm not.
I would not. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to, because you did.
I'll wash your feet just to be nice to you.
I mean, I've washed.
But I'm not washing.
Yeah,
but I'm not washing your feet because of like something my ancestors
don't
did.
change nothing. Yeah, don't change nothing. And,
it doesn't change.
Yeah, they did it, and I was like, what? But
yo, what the
I don't even want an apology from.
Don't you think that, like, you know, when they do like altar calls, and that same mother goes up to the altar like every time, and you're like, are you just going to the altar for attention, or to like, do you really need this altar? Like, I feel like the same guy that goes to the altar like 15 times every time there's an altar call and like does that, I think is the same person that would like wash somebody else's feet.
But no, but now there's I think it's the Holiness Church. I think they wash feet. I've washed feet for you. You get everybody.
Now I have done that. I mean, I have, like,
but not for what I was talking about.
I don't remember why we did it at church. We did it, but it was something like, I don't remember.
It's like in a reference, like in the Bible, where the lady with the alabaster box, she washed Jesus' feet and she dried it.
Right.
So that, but anyways, anybody like that, I wouldn't expect you to. Now, if you was to say, you know what, let's say your ancestors were, you know, like that, and you say, you know what, I'm so sorry how y'all were treated. I could take that, but
yeah, for sure.
You don't owe me nothing.
I'll say, my ancestors weren't even here yet, but I'll say, like, I'm fucking sorry for slavery.
You don't owe me nothing. I just feel like it should stop. I mean, the stuff that's going on should stop, because still a little underlying there. But you got people that, even if you were to give them reparations, it's the mindset, and it's gonna be gone. They're gonna be right back in the same spot, like you never did nothing. Seriously, because it's the mindset. But that was believe me, braced on. If somebody, I can be in a room with all white people, and unless somebody say something like,
yeah, you don't even remember that.
Yeah,
I like when you said that, it struck me, because I was like, damn, like,
I'm here with people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but when somebody say something like, or so looking kind of funny, then I might say, like, I went in a place in Smithfield. It's a biker's place. I got a friend named Joey. And I went to buy some barbecue. One of my friends got in an accident, and I went to buy some barbecue and whatever. And I went in, and when I went in, it was all in the backyard. It was like, I have a microphone, and all I saw was a sea of white people with these motorcycles and stuff.
Yeah,
it didn't bother me though. But when I got in there and got in the middle of this lady, she was smoking a cigarette, and I said, "Excuse me," I said, "Can you show me where to get the barbecue from?" She said, "Hold on, put the cigarette down." She said, "Come on." And when we started walking, the people was like, follow the crowd, and then I started feeling like, my heart started beat, boop, boop, boop. So I text my brother. I was like, "I'm at that's the only part." But they didn't treat me bad.
Yeah.
It's just they were looking like, "Where's she going?" And then when I got in there, I guess it was just my fault. I was like, "Can I go out the front door?" I didn't want to go back, but I don't think they would have did nothing to me. I don't
think they'd probably give a fuck about that.
I don't like, but it's just the fact of what people say and what
I don't know. Like I said, I've met more people that are like way more pro, like weirdly pro. It's like when the person's like, if you're like with a conservative aunt, he's a gay guy. We were down in Swamp Ape, the Skunk Ape Museum, and this woman like found out that conservative aunt was gay, and she was like, "Oh, I love gay people," and he's like, "You don't have to say that," and she's like, "No, like, I got a friend that's gay." He's like, "Also, I don't really care. You don't have to say that." And he's like, "No, it's fine. Like, I'm not offended by anything she said," but she was just like, "No, we love gay people." He's like, "Again, you're going too far. Like, I don't need you to love gay people." Like, I think when a group of white people see a black person and they're all by themselves, they feel like they need this person to know that they're like accepted, and they just try too hard. You know what I mean? Like, they try to bring you in with the banter or like whatever. I don't know.
But they just say it's just like if I was to see a whale going through on the beach, I'd be like, Everybody I was just following through. I was like, Lord Jesus, but yeah. But I was that lady. She was tough. I think she would have took it for me.
Mamba Meister. Do you know who Mamba Meister is? Somebody new in the chats. I've never seen him in there before. Mamba Meister says we should come together as Americans, in my opinion, and not race or all of the different subcultures that further separate people. Are you going to live stream the comedy show? Mamba, I don't know. We might live stream the comedy show. I don't know. Some of our comedies really, like, especially my comedy is like really dark comedy. And some of those comedians that Jay brings, I don't think they would want it live streamed.
We could stream it to Rumble or Patreon.
I don't think they would want it streamed because I like their jokes are like not, they're like not woke at all jokes. Like, and it's the, like, listen, they're black comedians mostly, but I mean, like, they go hard in the paint on everybody. And I don't think they would want, it's like Joe Rogan. Like when you go to his show, they don't really, like when you go to their shows, they take away everybody's cell phones and everything.
Really?
Yeah. Dave Chappelle, when he was with Rogan, you couldn't film it. And I think it's just because they said like they go in hard on those shows and you don't get to see them, and they plus they want you to buy the tickets. I'll ask. I mean, I have no problem because I've got no shame in my life, but and I'm not running for political office, and I could care less. But I'll ask the other comedians, and if they want, I don't mind streaming it. Yeah, I think I think that the American flag is the American flag. You should go straight up with American flag and just take pride in being American. When I was talking about the LeVar Burton thing and trying to explain that to my wife over the dinner table, my 10-year-old was like, "Dad, what are we? What are we?" And I was like, "You're fucking American. Like, don't even fucking worry about it. Like, we don't even give a shit. Like, you're an American. If you live in America, you're if you're an American citizen, you're an American." I would never put like an Irish, I'll fly the Irish flag on St. Patrick's Day, but like I would never put the Irish flag for the American flag. I would never celebrate my Irish heritage or English heritage over my American heritage ever. And I think that if you're blessed with the opportunity to live in a country as great as the United States of America, then you should take pride in that, and you should just full-fledged go like, I'm a fucking American.
Who's that? This thing, this
Star Spangled Banner.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Who's that?
Wow. George Strait.
Stand up.
All right, guys. For myself, Josh, take us out of here because I can't even get back to the same page.